Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you has the power to change your entire reality with women. Most men talk too much, reveal too much, confess too much, thinking it will make a woman feel closer, thinking it will build trust. But the truth is far colder. Certain things, once spoken, permanently shift how she sees you. She won't tell you this. She'll never say it out loud. But once the wrong details slip out of your mouth, something in her perception changes forever. That's why you're here. That's why you're listening. I'm about to show you the 5 things a man must protect at all costs if he wants to remain respected, admired, and desired. Because every man who ignores these truths ends up confused, wondering why she pulled away, why her eyes changed, why the fire disappeared. I don't want that for you. So lean in, pay attention, and subscribe to the Reflective Psyche so you never walk blind into situations that demand strength and strategy. This isn't just dating advice. This is about maintaining the masculine edge the world keeps trying to dull. The first secret you must never hand to a woman is the raw core of your insecurities. Society tells men to open up, be vulnerable, share everything. But here's the truth most won't admit: when a man reveals weakness too freely, attraction quietly erodes. Great men through history understood this. Marcus Aurelius, carrying the weight of an empire, wrote his doubts and fears privately, not to weaken himself publicly, but to sharpen his mind in solitude. He knew that a man must master himself internally before he can lead externally. When you tell a woman, "I don't feel good enough," or "I'm afraid I'll lose everything," she might comfort you in that moment, but she will remember. And later, when challenges hit, those words echo in her mind. Suddenly, she no longer sees the man she leaned on, she sees the cracks he revealed. Strength isn't about having no fear. It's about carrying your fear with discipline and letting only your courage be visible. This doesn't mean you suppress everything. You express your struggles to a journal, a close brother, a mentor, someone who can hold that weight. But the woman you want to admire you, she's not built to carry your heaviest doubts. She wants to feel safe in your presence, not responsible for your emotional foundation. Remember, relief lasts minutes, respect lasts a lifetime. Here's another trap men fall into. Women will ask about your past. They'll say, "How many girls have you been with? Tell me about your exes." And the foolish man answers honestly. If your number is high, she quietly questions your loyalty. If it's low, she questions your desirability. No answer benefits you. Even powerful men of history understood the value of control, mystery, and selective silence. A woman who asks about your past isn't looking for facts, she's testing your frame. She wants to see whether you bend under pressure or maintain composure. Instead of confessing details that can only be used against you, redirect with confidence: "Enough to know what I want, and wise enough to know what I don't settle for." You give her nothing, yet everything she needs. Your past doesn't define attraction, your presence does. Your actions today build respect, endless honesty does not. Mystery is magnetic. Full disclosure is a mistake. This one destroys men quietly. Women naturally test for security, stability, and ambition. But the moment you reveal exact figures, whether high or low, you give her a lens through which to judge your worth. Say you earn little? She may label you as limited, regardless of your future potential. Say you earn a lot? Her expectations rise, and now everything you do is measured against what she knows you can provide. Either way, you lose leverage. True power comes not from how much money you have, but how you manage it. Not from your net worth, but from your direction. A king never reveals how much gold sits in his treasury, because the moment he does, people begin calculating how to take it. Your finances should be treated the same way. When she asks, "So how much do you make?" you respond with vision, not numbers, enough to take care of what matters and building more every day. It shows ambition without vulnerability, control without exposure, leadership without insecurity. Your bank account is not your identity. Protect your financial mystery like a crown. Every man fears something: failure, rejection, losing status, being alone. But once you hand those fears over in words, a shift happens, not because she's cruel, not because she doesn't care, but because human nature interprets fear differently in men. A woman wants to feel your steadiness, especially when life becomes turbulent. When you confess your deepest fears, you risk altering her emotional blueprint of you. It's not about pretending you're invincible. It's about communicating from a place of grounded strength. Fear is carried, fear is processed, fear is mastered. But it is not laid bare in a way that fractures the image of stability she relies on. A man's fears are best handled in battle with himself, not handed over like emotional luggage she never asked to carry. And finally, the secret most men break without realizing the damage. If you tell a woman you're unsure about her loyalty, her intentions, or her ability to stay committed, you don't create clarity, you create insecurity. You plant suspicion, tension, and emotional distance. A woman thrives when she feels chosen, when she feels seen, when she feels the man she's with stands firm in his decision. If you openly question her place in your life, she won't fight for reassurance. She'll pull back, detach, or walk away. Your doubts are signals meant for you, not statements meant for her. If something feels off, observe, watch, collect data, but never hand her the blueprint of your uncertainty. A king does not announce what he questions. He simply adjusts his throne accordingly. She may hug you in the moment. She may even say, "I understand." But deep inside, something shifts. She starts to wonder if she can truly rely on you when life tests both of you. Every man feels fear. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled Rome through plagues, wars, and rebellion, surely did. But he never let those around him witness it. He wrote in his meditations, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." He transformed private fears into discipline, forging an untouchable presence in the eyes of those around him. Now imagine telling a woman you're scared of losing your job, your status, or your ability to provide. She might reassure you in that moment, but the memory of your fear lingers. Attraction dies quietly in that shadow. Spartan warriors weren't admired because they never felt fear. They were admired because they never voiced it. They carried courage as their armor, presence as their weapon, and understood that fear gains power only when spoken aloud. So ask yourself, when fear rises, will you dump it on her, hoping she will carry it for you? Or will you stand tall, own it silently, and let her see only your courage? Seneca once said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." Speak your fears aloud, and you hand her your imagination to worry over with you. That is the fastest route to losing her trust. Write it down, face it, master it, but never hand it to her. Let your silence in fear speak louder than words ever could. Betrayal is another trap. Men often think that confessing past wounds builds closeness. "My ex cheated on me," or "I've been used before." But the moment you reveal it, she files it away. Instead of loyalty growing, doubt takes root. She asks herself, if others didn't value him, why should I? What you perceive as honesty becomes evidence of weakness. Power is never defined by reliving wounds. It is defined by conquering them and leaving them behind. Alexander the Great faced betrayals by friends and generals. Did he parade his pain in front of his men? No. He learned, adapted, and marched forward as if no wound could stop him. That's what made him unstoppable. So when you speak of betrayal, do you want her to see a warrior who overcame or a victim still bleeding? Women do not want to compete with your past ghosts. They want to see a man who left them buried. Seneca reminded us we are always complaining that our days are few and acting as though there would be no end of them. Heartbreak is the same. Retelling betrayals wastes the only time you have. Speak of lessons, never wounds. She doesn't need your pain, she needs your presence. Weakness is the next secret you must never reveal. Discipline struggles, addictions, moments where you lose control. These are not stories to share. I can't manage this, or I always fail at that, places a permanent mark of helplessness in her mind. Women are drawn to men who conquer themselves. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Smile, hug, or confide, yes, but she is quietly losing respect. Great leaders and Stoics never advertised their flaws. Winston Churchill faced crippling depression, which he called his black dog, yet he led his nation through war appearing unshakable. If you expose weaknesses without demonstrating mastery, she doesn't see direction, she sees instability. Strength is not perfection, it is the ability to move forward despite imperfection. Keep your struggles private until they become scars of battles won, not wounds still bleeding. Show her where you stand, not where you stumble. Finally, doubt is deadly. Every man questions himself, am I enough? Am I making the right choices? Can I lead? Speaking this doubt aloud creates cracks in her perception. Even if small, over time they erode faith. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Doubt is fuel, not a confession. Great men convert uncertainty into action, not conversation. Imagine a general on the battlefield telling his soldiers, "I'm not sure we can win." Hesitation kills. The same happens with a woman when you express doubt. She may not show it, but she will hesitate to trust your strength. Women want to believe in a man more than they want his confessions. They want certainty, even if behind the scenes you are still navigating unknowns. Doubt is private. Resolve is public. Now you see the truth. There are certain secrets no man should ever reveal because once spoken, they alter her perception permanently. This is not about lying. It's about protecting your frame, your mystery, and your strength. Women respect men who face battles silently, who master themselves as Marcus Aurelius did, who carry their fears like armor, and who move forward despite uncertainty. Attraction is fragile. It is built on presence, not words. When you give away the wrong words, you shift the balance forever. Ask yourself, do you want to be her rock, her warrior, her king, or her patient, her project, her weakness? The choice is yours. Silence is power. Mystery is magnetic. Self-mastery is irresistible. Hold your secrets close and your power closer. For more truths women will never say aloud, subscribe to the Reflective Psyche and sharpen your edge further. Your life, your presence, your masculinity, guard it fiercely.